Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com. News on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. Hello everyone, this is Sam Mowers here. Welcome to episode 901 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, we've got the latest on the collapse of FTX, and Canaan and Bitfarms have both posted their Q3 results. But just before we jump into the news today, a quick reminder that if you enjoyed this podcast, to please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And as always, I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on InvestorIdeas.com. This includes the Cannabis Podcast, the Clean Tech and Climate Change Podcast, along with many others, all of which will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. All right, so the crypto market has had a tumultuous week, with Bitcoin's market cap, for instance, dropping roughly 20% alone in the last 7 days. This is according to data from CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin is also now trading for about $16,565 USD at the time of recording. This comes after it's remained fairly stable and stayed close to around $20,000 for the past few months, really. Now, this is largely attributed to fallout from the implosion of Bahamas-based cryptocurrency exchange FTX. For those who might not be aware, CNN reports that FTX, being one of the biggest and most powerful players in the industry, filed for bankruptcy on Friday and is now being investigated by local authorities in the Bahamas for potential criminal misconduct. Described by some as the crypto world's Lehman moment, the fall of FTX was also preceded, according to this report, by the decision to lend billions of dollars worth of customer assets to fund risky bets by Alameda, which is a crypto hedge fund owned by CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. Cointelegraph reports that crypto investors have increasingly turned to self-custody solutions following the FTX collapse. They cite data from analytics provider Glassnode. On-chain exchange flow data is showing a surge in withdrawals to self-custody wallets, possibly indicating a decline in confidence in centralized crypto exchanges. Speaking to Cointelegraph, MicroStrategy's executive chairman Michael Saylor, a huge advocate for Bitcoin, supported this view, saying, quote, "In systems where there is no self-custody, the custodians accumulate too much power, and then they can abuse that power," end quote. He went on to say, quote, "If you can't self-custody your coin, there is no way to establish a decentralized network," end quote. We'll leave that story there for the day, but I suspect there will be further developments which we'll cover in future episodes. Let's talk about stocks now. Canaan Inc., which trades on the Nasdaq as CAN, has announced its unaudited financial results for the 3 months ended September 30th. Highlights for the quarter include revenue of $137.5 million USD, a net income of $8.6 million, and 3.5 million terahash per second of total computing power sold. The company's CEO Nangang Zhang said, quote, "The Bitcoin mining market deteriorated during the third quarter as the Bitcoin price fluctuated and further dipped to around $16,000 recently. The negative market dynamics have significantly hindered Bitcoin miners' revenues and cash flows. As miners are forced to cut their demand for computing power, we had to adjust down our selling price in response," end quote. Lastly for today, Bitfarms Limited, which trades on the NasDaq as BITF, has reported its financial results for Q3. Highlights include a total revenue of $33 million and the mining of 1,515 Bitcoins. Jeff Morphy, the company's president and COO, said, quote, "In Q3 2022, we continued to execute our growth plan and deliver industry-leading production metrics, which make us confident we will manage current challenges and thrive. We averaged 16.5 Bitcoins per day in Q3. As a result, we mined 3,733 Bitcoins in the first 9 months of 2022, surpassing the 3,453 Bitcoin mined in all of 2021. For the second year in a row, Bitfarms is on pace to be one of the largest known producers of Bitcoin. End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website. And this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss of investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and most audio platforms available.